what's popping on, guys? This is your boy Offline Nuzlocke, and today we will be looking at the Poketuber Star Tournament replays from past weekend. It was a tournament that I participated in last weekend, and it was so fun. It was probably one of the best tournaments I've been a part of, and I wanted to share some replays with you guys because I want to show you guys the strategy that I went with, and that's gonna be the theme of the channel, guys. That's gonna be the theme of the channels, because we are launching our new branding, kind of new branding. We have offline Nuzlocks with crazy strategy. So moving forward with our channel, we will be doing something similar to this. So we will be implementing crazy strategies in our gym battle. I already do that, but I think it's time. I think it's time to change the slogan for the channel and move forward with that. So hopefully you guys are excited for this. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing because it's a fun time on the channel. I love recording videos like this and even Nuzlocke. So that's what we mainly do on the channel. So if that's something you like, make sure you consider subscribing. And further ado, let's just get into the replays. So first match was against Mortal Quiche, and unfortunately, I quit out of the room way too quickly, and I forgot to get the replay link. So I don't have the replay for this one. But the first round of the tournament was against Mortal Kish. She had an ice type mono ice, and I had mono water. So if you guys don't know, water is okay, but freeze dry is a move in Gen 7, and we were Gen 7 doubles. So it was kind of hard to plan for it, but my ace was a Togekiss and her ace was a Skunk Tank, I believe. And that's even worse of a matchup because Skunk Tank is really, really terrifying for Togekiss, and even a rain team, it can handle a lot of things. It has so much nastiness, and it's kind of a good thing to build up against. So this was definitely a fun matchup. I went with Politoed, Togekiss, Poliwrath, and Quillfish, aka Destroyer, for my good buddy Dustin. So those four were the mons I brought. She brought Rotom Frost, Crabominable, Skunk Tank, and Ninetales. I was expecting more of a Ninetales Sandslash core, but I guess a lot of the players were new and a lot of the players were very much experienced than me. So it kind of balanced out the whole tournament. So Mortal Quiche led off with Crabominable and Rotom Frost, I believe. And I led off with Politoed and Togekiss. Ultimately, the match came up with Togekiss, Poliwrath versus Crabominable and Skunk Tank. And Poliwrath with Swift Swim is just broken, as you guys will see, because I use Poliwrath a lot in this tournament. I just wanted to show you guys how broken Poliwrath is in rain. Like, people underestimate Poliwrath. And Poliwrath literally swept. Like, Togekiss was at like 8% health. Poliwrath was at like 10% health, and Carbonable was at full, and even Skuntank was at like half health or something. Yeah, we just swept. First round, it was great. It was very close, which I like my matches to be close because they are entertaining. But yeah, that's what happened. Now, next, moving up, I have the replay. So, second round was against Nato, and we get Gen 1. Gen 1 is the theme. He gets Gen 5. This is already a disadvantage because Gen 5 has way too many broken mons. And Gen 1, it was kind of hard because we don't have Torkoal, so I can't go Torkoal Wild Plume. I don't have a natural drought setter, so that's kind of a problem. I was thinking about something like Charizard in Sun with Wild Plume using After You, even Togekiss setting up Sun and something like that. But I'm like, Sun team's not gonna work here because if he brings a Sand team, I'm literally done for. Like, Charizard cannot put much offensive pressure here. Nato is very experienced in battling, by the way. It was a great match, as you guys will see. But I decided to go with Gengar, Togekiss, Poliwrath, and Raichu. You know what? Togekiss and Raichu are very good leads. Even Gengar Raichu is really good leads. And if I get the rain up with Gengar, I had Rain Dance on Gengar and even Togekiss. So if I get up rain with Gengar, Poliwrath can just sweep here. So this is what happened in the battle, because I don't want you guys waiting too much on the battle replay. So he leads off with Full Corona and Infinite. I lead off with Gengar and Raichu. I had Air Balloon, by the way. I went Fake Out right away. I'm like, okay, so this Volcarona is gonna be a problem. Before it starts setting up, I'm just gonna go ham and destroy it. So we set up the rain. I had Thunder on Raichu, which was great. I even had Lightning Rod on the Raichu, so that was amazing setup right there. But Volcarona, as you guys see, is just way too bulky. It's way too bulky, and Infernape is hard to break. So you know what? After that turn, I'm like, okay, let's narrow down on Infernape and get some damage out of that. Because Volcarona isn't gonna do much in the rain. So that was the plan. Seismitoad comes out. I'm like, oh no, Swift Swim. He's gonna counter my Poliwrath. But they go for Gengar. This is the turn I misplayed. If I played this turn a little bit more carefully, I might have won the match, but that didn't happen. I bring in Poliwrath because rain is still up. Here I go for Waterfall, and that does half to Hydro Jump. That's great news, because that is really something we need to look at. Here, Seismitoad does some damage. Togekiss comes out. Here I misplayed by going Protect on Poliwrath because I thought they would target my Poliwrath since it's a bigger threat. He went for Togekiss, which was the right move. Took out the Togekiss. If I Bird Break here, Poliwrath might have a chance because I could go and Earthquake next turn. But as you guys see, Seismitoad is able to take out Poliwrath with Earthquake. So that is what happens. Now we are at the losers bracket. Losers bracket because we had a losers bracket too, so the third place would be the champion of the losers bracket basically. So now I was basically playing for the losers bracket because I was out of the main tournament. There is no way to go back to the main tournament. So Nato won the battles. GG to Nato. It was such a good battle, guys. If you guys watch their streams or replay, it was such a good time. So yeah. This was again a monotype battle, and GameStream got poison types. This is actually threatening because Togekiss is actually fairy type, as you guys know, and I got electric types. And as you guys know, poison types are really threatening against electric types because a lot of them get ground moves, and even just physical poison damage is crazy. I had to find a way. I had to find a core, and I'm like, okay, terrain. Well, Pincurchin isn't here. I can't use Tapu Koko because legends are banned. So I was going like for a different team here. And I'm like, okay, terrain, it's not possible. Let me just bring like all the threats. I know Raichu can do a lot of damage in Surf, like as a fast Psychicmon because poison types are weak to Raichu, but he also had his ace for Umbreon, which he could bring every single game. So I'm like, you know what? Raichu can still putting in a lot of work. And Surge Surfer is basically doubles the speed of Raichu in terrain. So I'm like, okay, I need terrain. The best thing I saw was I was gonna bring Discharge of Wyckowolt with Lightning Rod Togedemaru, but I'm like, that might work. Let's see. I'm gonna put like Wyckowolt as a more of a defensive mon, and then I went back to that idea. I'm like, no, we're going all offense on this one. Togekiss is gonna be a little bit of a helper slash. I think I had Super Luck on this one. So we had that one going for us, Super Luck with Scope Lens. So that was something I went for this round. And Togedemaru is just going to be nasty. So let's get into the replay because I want to explain as we go along. So I lead off with the Mitch and Sparky. He goes in with Umbreon and one. Umbreon is such a terrible mon in this matchup because it is just protect and everything like that. Sorry about that. So we first round, he goes for I switch out my Raichu because Muck is going for nastiness and Togedemaru is almost dead. I go for electric terrain, bring out the Togekiss, I Zing Zap and do about half, and then Dazzling Gleam crits because of my Scope Lens. But there he explodes. My strategy kind of fails because Togekiss is at very low health, and I'm like, no, I need to save this. So he went for foul play against the Togekiss, so that was nice. And here Discharge comes off and paralyzes the Umbreon, so that's even better. It's all going in our favor. He protects the Umbreon, and Sludge Road takes off the Togekiss, but I have Energy Ball to kill the Nidoking at this range because Umbreon's not gonna do much. He's gonna go for a foul play on the Raichu, but we have that Electric Seed and it's not gonna do much, as you guys see. It still hurts. It still hurts, but that Electric Seed saved us there. That saved us. And Raichu was 252 timid to make sure it outspeeds every single thing. So that helped us too. And here, as you guys see, we won the match here. So yeah, this game was really nice. This was, again, look at my health. I'm at 4% and 7%. I like to make it really close. I could have probably played this way better, but when you guys are in a tournament setting, it's like you have to win, but you have to do your best. So like it's like it's hard to balance things out basically. But we won this matchup, and then it was against Beetle Binky. This round's team was anything. You can actually use anything from the Gen 7 OU doubles tier. So I'm like, you know what? I have two teams because Binky wasn't ready, so Beetle wasn't ready. So I was like, you know what? I'll bring two teams. I had a Tyranitar Excadrill core with Togekiss and Incineroar, and then I built this Sun core, which is Wildplume, Torkoal, Raichu, Togekiss with Sun. This was built in 3 minutes, by the way. I let him choose which team I played against. Well, which team he played against, because I had two teams. And if he went for the Sand team, I would have lost. Because Ferrothorn is way too hard to break for. But this team, you guys will see what happens. So he leads off with, I lead off with Togekiss, right? This is the best thing ever. He leads off with Greninja and Dragonite. I fake out the Greninja because I know it's a problem. I would go for Dazzling Gleam and even Crit, but it has weakness policy. The Dragonite is weakness policy Dragonite. This is trouble. I know this is trouble. I straight went into Torkoal because I wanted to consider Raichu. I protected with my Togekiss because I thought Dragonite would target me, and that's what happened. He double targeted me. I go for Eruption, and I bring out Wildplume. The bad thing is, Dragonite went for Fire Punch, kills the Wildplume. Eruption comes out, Heracross is just gone, and it does so much damage to Dragonite. I have Fake Out here, so I go for Fake Out on Dragonite, and I Eruption again. And that is what happens. Eruption just kills both of them, and that's it. This is probably my fastest match, like fastest doubles match in the entirety. Like I haven't done something like this in a while, and being this strategic was really nice because I knew what I needed to do. I needed Fake Out Bond. I needed a helping hander. I know Raichu gets affected by Earthquake, so I put an air balloon on it. I had Lightning Rod because you don't really want the electric attacks against the Togekiss, so I have Lightning Rod on Raichu. Perfect lead. He's like, oh, I see what you're gonna do with the Sun team. I led off with Togekiss and Raichu, and he's like, maybe not. And then this is what happened. So this just shows you guys how crazy you guys can be with team building, not bringing the best mons. Like I have utilized every single match. If you guys see, the first match I went against Nacho with Gengar, Poliwrath, and Swift Swim. So that was something that I lost to, but I could have actually won the match if I didn't misplay. The second match, I went with an electric team. Now, as you guys see, there are some things in team building that we have to do properly, but everything comes down to your strategy. If your core is very solid, but by that I mean if you have a team that is well balanced with offense and defense, and like your strategy is full. Like in this case, I had Lightning Rod, and I had Electric Terrain to boost Raichu, and I had the Electric Seed to make up for some bulk. If you have that kind of strategy, you can definitely win the games. It all comes down to your plays and misplays. I have lost many times. As you guys see, I lose the second match, but I have lost many times, but you just learn from that, and it just gets better. So this was the video, guys. Hopefully you guys have liked this one. I know it's kind of a different video with post comment stuff, but we came out on third place in the tournament, which I was really happy with. Um, and GG's to everyone I played against. I know I didn't play against half of the tournament because some got eliminated or some were in the winners bracket and then got eliminated. So I didn't get to play against all the players, but GG's to every single person who participated, and GG's to Nato for winning. He destroyed. I think he went from defeating Beetle, then defeating me, then defeating I believe Goki Gamer. I don't know if I pronounced that one right. But yeah, he went 3-0, won the tournament. GG's to him. He's a really good battler. So you deserve it, bro. And yeah, that's gonna be the video. I'm not gonna stretch this video out, but hopefully, guys have enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys want me to do a tournament like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, offline squad.